Tell me, yeah.
We're going to win it. You know why? Because I know there are families impacted with autism in Massachusetts and probably throughout, the United States right now listening. If you guys want to see a future where autism is something that is on everyone's mind, it is, I always say it's taken for granted. I want to say that Jagger shouldn't have been on ABC News because they clapped for him. That shouldn't have made headline news. If that was common, it would have never made headline news. So I want to get to the point where, oh, you clapped for a child with autism, you didn't laugh him off the stage, no big deal. That happens every day. That's the point where we want to get to. But it's not going to happen unless people start clicking a button. And that button is called the share button. So when we post stuff, we need families to share. I know it's hard for families. They're busy. They're not always on the page, But if they share this information, that's all we need to win first place. And if we don't, like I said, if we do not win first place in this NCAM challenge, it doesn't just mean that the Autism Society of America lost $50,000. It is so much bigger than that. It is autism as a whole. It is everything that we stand for. It is everything we want in our future for our children who are going to be the leaders of the future. It is everything. So what I ask you to do, and what I started to do this morning, is spread around the urgency that we feel after we've been passed by this, second place organization. Great dance, bunch of kids, they put on a wonderful dance. I give them all the credit in the world. But if they win first place, that's going to set autism back, I don't know how many years. And we've never been at the point where autism has been stronger in our lives. Right. We have celebrities left and right. And we haven't even been able to post 10% of them because there's so many of them.
Right.
We want to show you guys how many people are getting behind this, but we can't if we're going to lose this challenge. So I ask you, please continue to go on to absaba.com.
Right.
Once again, ABS, which is Autism Behavioral Services, aba.com, absaba.com. Read what we've said and simply share. If you share what we just posted this morning on a bunch of our pages, I guarantee you, V Versatile Meadows and Born This Way will win this challenge, and you will see things happen to autism that would never, ever happen otherwise.
Nassim, we're up against a break, unfortunately. When we come back, there's going to be a big reveal about something that's coming up here in Massachusetts shortly in the next month. We're so excited about it. But let me say this before we go to the break. It's Nassim Aoude in Autism Behavioral Services. It's his charge that he's been leading that has helped us, help this state get laws passed like ERICA, along with Stacey Levine-Lavely. If we don't go ahead, and I would say Massachusetts is the brain center of the country, we're starting it here for a reason. We know that there is a population of people out there that have been underfunded and underserviced. If we don't look at this in a real way, it's going to affect every one of us moving forward. That's why we're pressing down so hard on this call to action for V Versatile Meadows and the song Born This Way. We're going to take it out again. Listen to the song. Go on Indeed.com. Lady Law, News Radio 580 AM, 94.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Awesome. I love how you said that we're pushing down on this V Meadows thing because it's so important.
It is so important.
V has to win this challenge.
You have, what, about A minute and a half.
Okay, so in a minute and a
That's
half
what you
that
said,
we
September
have till we go back on the air live, we're streaming now. We've got all of the technical things worked out thanks to Elias here helping us in the studios today. Nassim, tell us what's happening on September 25th.
September 25th is an incredible day. I don't know what's happening in this world. I do not know why everyone has gotten behind autism all of a sudden, but here's what I do know. V Versatile Metals has sung Born This Way, the first autism song, the first hit autism song ever. That has led to celebrities supporting this movement like we've never anticipated.
Right.
We thought, okay, maybe this will catch on. That's not what's happened. What's happened is the fact that we don't even have time to post the number of celebrities that we
Right.
have sitting in our bank of celebrities. Like I said, that outweigh the numbers of the ones that we've posted by like 80%. So he has done something tremendous for autism through the celebrity of individuals who people want to listen to.
Right.
And that is our theme. They don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to a neurobiologist.
So a brilliant guy who is doing groundbreaking work, folks. So if
Because
you
I
just
think
tuned
it's
in,
for me.
well, but if you've just tuned in, you've missed so much. I know that we are just streaming live. We're going to be back on the air in about 30 seconds. But what Nassim and Autism Behavioral Services is doing is huge. There's no other way to look at it than to say, if we're not together on this right now, the call to action is right now, it's going to slip through our fingers. And that could set us back. It took us to 2011 to get coverage here in Massachusetts, the brain center of the country, for children on the spectrum. That's not acceptable. Hi, welcome back. I'm attorney Allison Cohen, Lady Law from Cohen Law Services. You're listening to Legalese on News Radio 580 AM, 94.9 FM, Worcester's news, weather, and traffic station. Number to the studio, 508-755-0058. We were talking during the break. We're streaming live right now on Facebook on Autism Behavioral Services, absaba.com. It's on his Facebook, Nassim Aoude, CEO and founder's Facebook page. We're going to talk now about this incredible parade that's coming up right here in Massachusetts. Again, brain center of the country. We're doing the great work. I can't begin to tell you what's happened from the point of legislation here in 2011, that we are truly leading the way to helping so many families all over the world who have a child or an individual that's been diagnosed on the spectrum. Nassim, tell us, give us the big reveal, because we're in the last segment. People have been holding on and we're waiting with bated breath.
Okay, I'm going to talk fast because there's a lot of information and this is very exciting information. On September 25th, we're talking less than a month, okay? We're going to have an individual that I will reveal in just a moment attend a Shrewsbury parade that I think will just change the entire parade, because this individual is part of probably one of the most famous bands to ever exist on the planet Earth. And he has been giving a shout out to Jagger, to Dennis Finesse, for what he has done with Jagger's World of Autism while working with Stacey Lavely. And I'm going to reveal that in 1 minute. He will be here for that event. So I'm going to mention two things. Before I mention that, I'm going to mention the same individual is actually currently creating the remix of Born This Way. So Born This Way is a fantastic song. The only thing wrong with it is it's about 55, 60 seconds long. So when I hear it, and I love to hear it, it just cuts out right away. So he is creating a remix. The individual who is working with V Versatile Metals to, within a month or so, come out with the remix of Born This Way is none other than Cypress Hills Eric Bobo. And happy birthday, because it is your birthday.
That's so great. Happy birthday. A big shout out from everybody here on WTAG and from Lady Law. This is such good stuff, Nassim.
It really is. So not only did he listen to Born This Way and say, I think there's something here, I have to tell you, because Dennis is the one out there scouring celebrities. He's the one out there meeting people. He said that Eric Bobo is one of the most incredible people he's ever met in his life.
Right.
There are people, when you ask to say, hey, you want to support autism? Yeah, okay, I'll support autism. Eric Bobo from Cypress Hill could not wait, because he knew that a few moments of his time, and we're talking about just a few moments of downtime that he has in between concerts. This isn't time that he has to spare.
Right.
He took that time to say a few words, knowing full well his celebrity and the fact that it can influence millions. And when I say millions, if people don't know and if they don't believe us, go online and see the post. Parents cannot stop crying. Families cannot stop saying, "This is the one. This is Cypress. I'm going to start listening to Cypress Hill. Look at what Eric Bobo is doing."
He's so genuine, Nassim.
He's so
his
genuine.
His message is such a message of truth, a message of love, a message of acceptance, everything that we're all working towards. It couldn't be better.
It comes out during his video.
Yes,
okay?
It does.
Every celebrity is incredible for doing what they've done. But sometimes when you look at someone's video, you see that their heart is in it. If you were to go back and watch Eric Bobo's video, he's almost pleading with you to get behind this movement. He didn't need to do that.
Right.
He didn't. And that is why he is one of the most loved individuals, one of the people that are receiving, like I said, tens of thousands of families saying, "Oh my God, why did you do this?" There's an interesting psychological phenomenon that comes along, and we all know this with celebrities. We see them on the big screen, or we see them on stage with 30, 40 other thousand people, and we just want them to look our way and we get excited.
Right.
So we forget these are human beings. They care about the things we care about. They have, similar thoughts about things that we care about. They support causes that we care about.
Right.
Eric Bobo is a good person, which is one of the themes of what we say. He is such a good person. He could not wait to throw on an autism shirt, hold on Jagger Lavely's autism book. Jagger Lavely's World of Autism, Will You Be My Friend by Dennis Van Ness. He couldn't wait to do it. You know why? Because I wrote this. I believe he was the first post I actually wrote. I wrote the fact that when Eric Bobo talks, people listen.
Right.
And that's what happened. That's what happened. And so you know what Eric Bobo is like? He will not take the gratitude that has come to him and just sneer at it. You know what he's going to do? He's going to say, well, if people appreciate me this much for taking a few seconds of my time,
Right.
then I'm going to come to the Shrewsbury Parade on
Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, folks.
Shrewsbury,
September
Massachusetts.
25th. Are we making it happen here in Massachusetts or what?
Shrewsbury.
Right.
I mean, Shrewsbury. Look,
And we got 2 minutes, Nassim.
okay,
So tell us,
I'm gonna finish this up. September 25th, 1 p.m. Cypress Hills, Eric Bobo, because he was so happy with the reaction that families impacted with autism provided when he said a few words about how important it was for people to support it, is going to come to Shrewsbury, Massachusetts for 4 or 5 days. He's going to make sure he meets V Versatile Meadows. He can't wait to meet Jagger. And, again, the rest is history, because he does not want to take the love that he's been given and not give back. That's who he is. He reciprocates. And real quick to end this, he took over for his father, Willie Bobo. I probably don't have to tell you who Willie Bobo
Right.
is. He is a legend, the Willie Bobo Band. And at age, I want to say 5 years old, Eric Bobo was playing percussion for his father's band in the Willie Bobo Band. And 10 years later, unfortunately, his father died. Who took over that band? Eric Bobo. And after college, he took over, and the Beastie Boys picked him up. Not only 3 months later did Cypress Hill pick him up, because he was just a genius, and he's been with Cypress Hill for 25 years since. That's Eric Bobo.
All right, folks, listen, we're coming to the end of the show. We've got 30 seconds. 2 things you have to be at: the September 10th workshop. Go online to CohenLawServices.com. These great people are going to be there. It's complimentary. And September 25th, the parade in Shrewsbury. You're listening to Lady Law and Legalese. I'm so privileged to be part of this movement. Autism awareness to autism acceptance. There's nothing we can't do if we do it together. No, they're all. Are we still?
With the PMD,
Yes.
was
the end.
the end.
Was the end when he
And you'll
came-
see that coming
yeah.
out in a couple of days.
Which I
The
thought was
promo
great.
was just something he had to do quick because he had other projects and he
Right.
wanted to promote for this. But you'll see at the end, when I saw it, I was like, that's awesome. He's going to use that. So
Yes.
right.
Still up?
Do we have folks coming in afterwards? Do we have a minute or two?
You have a minute, yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Live
it's
stream.
actually recorded, so.
It is. Oh, it's
Yep.
even better. It's recorded. So, this is important to me, Nassim, because when you look at all of the programs that you guys are funding at ABS, the community-based services, the girls group, the leaders in training, How did you, in really, like I said, this groundbreaking way, come up with these different areas that needed support? Because it's all functioning together, and yet at the same time, it's taking care of children moving through the process from birth all the way up through secondary education. What did that look like? How did that piece come together? It's important.
It's probably the most important topic there is when you're creating social groups and community-based outings. In school, you won't find a child who's 5 years old that's in the same classroom with an 8-year-old. That should be always the same way with children with special needs. Whether or not be autism, Down syndrome, it doesn't matter. They should be the same age. Now, if they're just a different age but a completely, similar developmental level, you may want to introduce them a little bit, but you can't just throw them in there and leave them in there. You have to understand what we call schedules of reinforcement, which is dividing your time between what is the most effective, what is the most scientifically proven method where I can take this child and put him in this group. So what we do here is really nothing other than what typical schools do with neurotypical children, which is if you're this age, you're in this class. If you're this age. And in the beginning, it doesn't work so well sometimes because a child who's 6 years old may not come in as a 6-year-old mentality-wise. But pretty quickly, we can get them there. And that's why we like to start there. And in the 5% chance or less that it doesn't work, we'll move them out and we'll put them in a group, or the plan is eventually to put them back in the group. But we put them in the group that we think they can succeed in with our support and making sure that they're feeling reinforced, empowered. You talk about planning a lot. And that's what you have to do. And when you do that, when you're not just walking in saying, what are we going to do today? You allow these children to feel success. And Vanessa said it really, really well when he said, find something that they do well. And I think you said, Sophia put her hands up on the, on the pool, and she pulled herself up, and she was just thrilled. She said, look what I can do, Mommy.
I did it, exactly.
And that's what it is.
It's the holistic approach, Nassim.
Yeah,
that's so
that's what it is.
wonderful with what you guys are doing over there. I have the chills when I think about how many families you're touching, the kind of support that you're providing. It is a lifelong dedication and challenge as a parent, as a mom, as a dad, understanding, your darling loved child and what that looks like, that trajectory. How do you best support your child through all of the phases? Stacey, when you and I had spoken originally too about the fact that we're on this journey together as moms, and I asked you what the biggest challenge was. What do you see now when you think about potential we could be with autism acceptance, changing the way the world looks at what we're doing as a community?
I still see the challenge as being getting there.
Right.
But you just see, I feel like with each person that we talk to, each person that V reaches, each person that Dennis reaches, each person in this book, they get, the book in their hands and they actually read it. I think more and more people are learning to accept these kids. They're understanding that, okay, this child may get frustrated, flap their hands. This one may look like this. We really tried to do a broad stroke on the book.
Right.
And I think that's the most important thing. We didn't really get into exactly who Jagger is. This is exactly how he presents and what have you. We really wanted to kind of show that full spectrum of how kids are. Some kids can talk well, others can't speak at all. It really is like that. I think the biggest challenge is going to be to change hearts and change minds.
Which is, I think, what we're doing together as a team. And I'm just excited. I'm privileged to be here. We're really looking forward to the workshop. We're looking forward to this parade in Shrewsbury. I can't imagine having a better group of people to be surrounded with. And I just want to thank you guys for coming out, and we're going to keep doing it. As long as I have a mic and I can stand up and get here and speak on Saturday mornings and Fridays on the Jim Polito Show, then this message will be going out from me coast to coast.
Well, I want to thank you personally, because the first thing I said is that this movement took off when you took it to the airways and you made sure that individuals coast to coast were hearing the message. That's when it took off. Consequently, there was V in San Diego doing something similar. And when we talk about stars aligning, who knows, But what we do know is whatever we're doing is effective. So why change it? So we
Right.
thank you for allowing us to be here.
It's my privilege and honor.
Absolutely, and I think going back to the whole stars aligning and things like that, I mean, when you really think about astronomy and astrology and things like that, I mean, you're thinking about constellations, and the points are everywhere. And the bottom line is each one of us is one of those points in this, and we make up the puzzle piece, I guess, that's missing.
Right, I feel that way too.
I love that you said that, because in the first post we ever posted about Jagger, we mentioned the fact that we are made up of stars. Stars burst. They
Right.
let out, and people can go to any validated, company or organization, online's website, and just see that we're in fact made up of the 100% of what stars are made up, the carbon, the nitrogen. So when they explode and that stuff comes, look, I don't want to talk about God and this, because I don't want to say there isn't a God and there's that, but when you look at it, we know we're made up of stars. There's a connection to stars. We tied that connection into the world, and we said if we don't have that connection, we're never going to obtain autism acceptance. It's that simple. And it's so easy. It's a push of a button. I always say it. You push the share button, you affect one person, that person could affect 10. They could share with 10 other people.
Mhm.
It's a push of a button.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I know for myself, guys, that when I first started this journey, and I've said it and I told you on the air, it came from deep prayer. For me, it's always been spiritual, but I feel that whatever you say, God, a higher power, however that works for you in your life, if it's leading you down a path where you are impacting people in a positive, good way, does it get any better than that? That's what we're doing.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
And you know what? V. Versatile Meadows, the intelligent, incredible person I have learned that he is, posted almost the same exact words that you just said. I think it was something to the effect of, if you believe in God, if you believe in a higher power, if you believe in someone who's helping you to be a better person, to make this earth a better person, you don't have to subscribe to a religion or this and that. I'm not desubscribing or whatever you want to call it from my own religion, but I think he is on to what a lot of people are beginning to think, which is, follow the good road. Be a good person. It's not that hard. It's very simple to be a good person, and that can lead to world change.
Right, spreading the light, which is what we're doing here on a Saturday morning, leading into Labor Day weekend. So we'll keep it going. You guys are going to come back again. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks after that at the parade. I'm excited.
Wonderful.
Can't wait to come.
Oh, that's going to be a fun parade.
gonna
That's
be
going to be a fun
great.
parade, absolutely. And we'll be advertising. So, I'm sure we'll probably put this into the edited version. People will listen. But if you come to the parade on January 25th,
September 25th.
January.
We're not there
Don't-
yet.
Do not
Don't
wait
take
till
us to the
January.
winter months. Yeah, you'll
Please
miss
don't
the
wait
parade,
6
yes.
or 7 months, because you will miss it. September 25th, 1 p.m. Beale School. That is in Shrewsbury. V meets Meadows. Well, he meets himself, right? I don't know what's going on here.
V Meadows
V meets Jagger.
Bobo, Jagger.
Bobo meets Jagger.
Right.
These individuals have been working together for such a long time. It's amazing that they're only meeting each other now. They've never spoken. They've never Skyped. They've never had anything to do with one another. But they know each other so well because they're always researching each other online. People want to know, why does Jagger have 7 million views? A very, very small percentage of people have 7 million views. When they see that, they want to know what is up with Jagger. So people are researching Cypress Hill, Eric Bobo, V, and all his tens of thousands of views that occur in a matter of days, just like they're researching Jagger. And so we're going to promote that. We're going to make sure that Shrewsbury knows that they're coming together to meet each other, because they're all on the same cause. They all believe that if they come together and work together as a team, for example, and I'm going to just use this really, really quick to plug just 2 people. Dr. Alan Rooney is one of the most well-known clinical neuropsychologists. He works in my building, so we collaborate. He sees families every 6 months. He does their assessments, and etc. Dr. Dr. Alan Rooney, Dr. Alan Romero, Hernando Romero, 52 years as a psychiatrist, diagnosing, and he's in schools. If I did not surround myself with people like Lady Law, Allison Hope Cohen, Stacey, Levine-Lavely, Dennis, Vanessa, in work, or if it's promoting autism awareness to autism acceptance, I would never ever be effective. So these individuals, and I could go forever. I'm not going to name them all. Tenny, Gilda, Faye,
Right.
you know, all these people, Rebecca, Travis. I could go on for days. But if you don't have a team, you're not going to be effective in your career, and you're not going to be effective in whatever movement you choose to do.
Right.
That's why I love the fact that both Fee and his two children and Eric Bobo are coming and to say, look, we need to come together. This is an important movement. It's important to them. It's important that it doesn't stop. That's why they're coming together, and they sense that teamwork works just as well as we do.
And I think they sense the feeling of urgency that we all have right now. And the call to action was great this morning, Nassim, because we can't let it die. I mean, think about what's happened. And I think I told you, I'd sent you a link, Stacey. I'm meeting with next week Daniela Caruso. She is a professor at BU Law School, and she has been very much a part of the legislation for decades, working towards this idea of, you know, how do we bring services and coverage to individuals and children on the spectrum. So that was another, I went somewhere, met somebody who knew somebody else, and next thing I know, I'm in touch with her. So
Was
we're
she
going to bring that to the
specific
table.
as to what type of coverage? If it's mass health
Well,
coverage?
you know what's funny? I sent you one link on an article. I found another article that she had done like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
So she's been writing about this for like well over a
She's known.
decade, you know? And so I said, my gosh,
Very
let me
smart.
get some insight from her.
Absolutely.
And I love what we talked about in terms of, you know, the federal employee plans now. That's a whole nother group of people, 8 million other people that we're going to reach, because we've got to have the coverage. We need it.
Yeah.
And just really quick on that point, I wrote an article on LinkedIn. It's on my personal LinkedIn page. It specifies the fact that we've been contacted by every state in the United States. I think Alaska is probably the only one. And they say, is there an ABS in the area?
Right.
And we hate to say, no, we only operate out of Massachusetts. We want to put an ABS in every area. We really do. We're working towards that. For the past 3 years, we are ready to announce something very, very soon that will really help with parents that are struggling with wait lists.
Right.
There's nothing worse than a wait list. When your child is 2, 3 years old, the most formidable years, the most important years, the years that they are affected more than any other year, and you waste the year to 2 years and they're just sitting there, we never ever want to see that happen.
Right.
So we have a plan in place. Like I said, you know, it's on LinkedIn. If you look up Nassim Aoude, Nassim Aoude, and you go to LinkedIn, you can read this article. And although it ends with stay tuned about what we're going to do, because we don't want to really reveal that yet, because what happens is copycats will sometimes come in and do it, and sometimes they don't do it as well, and they give it a bad name because they may not be as well informed, or they may
Or
not
they're
be as
not
prepared.
licensed, or they don't have the skills or the qualifications. And I
Yeah.
think what we need to do as well is come back and do a show about this idea of making sure that when you are looking for a qualified provider, when you are ensuring and trusting your child to the right people, we want to make sure it's the right people. And that's a
So
show
important.
in and of itself,
So
because
important.
we don't want people out there holding themselves out to be something that they're not. And I know we all feel that way. And it's something that we have to really bring out into the open and what that looks like. So I'm excited for that too.
Me too. Me too. Thank you so much for having us today.
It's all great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and going back to the Holarica, I mean, I remember before I met Nassim, we actually got these little shares, basically, from Autism Speaks and a few other of the bigger autism companies asking us, you know, to sign petitions, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what my list is going to say, but I'm going to share it. I mean, they all know Jagger. I know they all want to support
Right.
him. And I remember, you know, kind of clicking that button and just going, oh, please don't let me get the hate mail. Like, what the heck is this? What do you want me to sign it? You know, and I was just like a little bit horrified that I'd done it. But you know what? Like you said, the share button is absolutely critical, and you can't think, what's anybody going to say? Because you know what? Most likely they're going to be 100% behind you, because
Absolutely.
that's exactly what I got, was no problem at all. I'm happy to share. And I was
love
like,
that
wow.
you said that. I love that you said
Yeah.
that. You know why? Because V versus Tom Meadows expressed to me that people have been calling him a corny rapper. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but if he is a corny rapper, I sincerely hope we are the corniest planet in the universe.
I am a corny rapper fan, okay? Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you for saying that, because here's the thing. If you're corny because you care about other people,
Right.
because you do the things that V Versatile Meadows does for his clients, his bus riders on MTS, Metropolitan Transit System, if you do the things that he does and cares about them the way that he does, and you're called corny for that, we're not headed into a good place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just want to say that for anyone calling, and no one's called Eric Bobo this, but I'm just going to throw it out there because who knows? Now Eric Bobo is supporting autism. He's going to be working with V on the remix. He's coming to Shrewsbury for the parade. Who knows if someone's going to throw out the word corny to him? They probably won't. He's Eric Bobo. He's Cypress Hill. But what I want to say is that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Oh,
That
it
is-
totally is. That's why I look at it. I mean, I think corny is good. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's an acronym. We'll come up with something good with it.
I love that.
I'll
And
come
you
up-
know what
yeah.
I told V? I told him
Yeah.
when they're scratching their heads, figuring out or trying to figure out how you made it to the top, tell me you're corny.
A corny rapper.
Yep, there
Yes.
you go. And if people are talking about it, that's all you can hope
Right.
for. Because you know what? The more they talk about it, good, bad, or indifferent, no publicity is really bad publicity at the end of the day. And especially for a movement like this.
Right.
And we really want to push forward. And I just I personally and Jagger can't wait to meet all of them at the parade. And the
exciting.
most interesting thing is it's going to end where Jagger started this all at Oak Middle School in Shrewsbury. So that's kind of a neat thing
And it's
in and of itself.
For Saturday,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday,
Sunday.
September 25th at
Right.
1 p.m. It starts at Beale School and it ends at Oak, which is where
Wow.
that was.
Where it
And
all
we
happened.
also,
I'm gonna have
ABS.
the chills, Stacey. I mean,
Me
talking
too.
about coming
I
full
know.
circle, the piece
So
of
it's
the
both
puzzle
totally
Yeah.
coming
wholesome.
together.
Yeah, they're
That's
really forming and coming together. The day before on September 24th, we're also ABS. Jagger's World of Autism and the Foundation for Autism Acceptance Worldwide are also going to be at the Town Expo at Shrewsbury from, I think it's 10 to 4, they're open. So we'll have a booth there too.
Can I tell you how wonderful Eric Bobo is? He would love to attend that. From what I know, and I don't know him personally, honestly, to be very honest with you, you know, Dennis has made friends with a lot of these individuals because when they hear the word autism, they jump at the opportunity to help millions of people with just a few words. And again, our point is if you're willing to listen, then this person's going to talk. I don't care who's talking. We just need you to listen. So I feel like Eric Bobo would say, I'd love to be at that event,
The
which I
Town
believe
Expo.
is the
Yeah.
Friday, the day before, or Saturday.
Saturday,
September
the day
24th.
before.
The day before. I couldn't imagine him saying no from what I've learned about him, from learning about how he jumped at the opportunity to support autism awareness and acceptance. How, if you watch his video, you see it in his eyes, in his voice, that he's almost begging you to get behind autism. He's that type of person. And you know what? I bet you that because he's going to be here for a few days, he would love nothing more than to show his support on that day
This
as well.
is exciting. I mean, and it's his birthday, so if he's out there listening now, which I'm sure
Happy
he will
birthday.
be, happy birthday.
Happy
You know, and
He was-
happy birthday to your son, Nassim,
Thank
who's
you
1 year
so
old, little
much.
Sammy. It's
Oh,
so
it's a
great. He's
blessing.
adorable. It
What
is
a
a blessing.
Thank you
So
so
all good
much.
things happening together at the
Absolutely.
same time.
And I have one little reveal.
Yes, give us a reveal.
Mr. Jagger is going to be singing on that Saturday at Kids Got Talent.
Oh my
right there at
gosh.
Oak again on
All
the
right.
same stage.
Okay, if you folks, everybody who's listening
So who's
now, watching,
filming?
you're missing it, where you're
Yeah.
really gonna be in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
That weekend's going to be really pretty cool in Shrewsbury. So
On the same
Shrewsbury,
definitely
Mass,
make sure you're
Massachusetts.
there.
The
September
weekend-
You have to handle the
24th
amount of
and
people.
25th. Yeah.
So Friday the 24th, he's singing.
Saturday the 24th, he's singing.
Saturday the 25th.
And we have the Town Expo, and then the parade is the next day. So
So
lots
Saturday
of big
the
stuff coming up.
25th is
the parade.
parade. He's singing on the 24th.
Yep.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be busy.
Wow.
Gonna be
We're gonna be
busy,
busy.
busy in
folks, all
Shrewsbury.
good days. I mean,
There's and can I tell you last word I want to say is I mentioned this earlier. We have not been able to post 5% of the celebrities that have gone on board. We have been so busy. We literally cannot finish the number of videos that we have to put together from the number of celebrities that have jumped on board. So if you've been following this and if you're excited about who's the next person, the names are getting bigger and bigger. They're all big, but the names are
Right.
getting bigger and bigger. So please stay tuned and find out who is supporting autism today.
And we'll have them all call in. Everybody's welcome. They can come to the studios here in Paxton, or they can call in. I love it. It's such a great thing that we're doing. Feel good. So
It's wonderful.
thanks, guys.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank
All right,
you.
we'll
Thank
see
you
you
to all the
soon.
listeners.
Yay.
Thank you.